No injuries were reported from an apparent but unconfirmed tornado that struck a farm Saturday night 4 miles west of Cherry Valley on Highway 42 in Cross County. Initial damage estimates are more than $500,000. The storm uprooted trees, damaged outbuildings, grain bins, tipped over farm equipment, and demolished a brick house.
We had this, I'm not sure if it's a tornado or a straight line winds, come through our property here and across to our neighboring property, and did a lot of destruction to the building behind me, turned over some equipment, knocked out a lot of trees. Some of our grain bins were damaged, and our neighbor's house across the road was completely destroyed, and some of his shed and equipment. I mean, it's a setback in just the amount of time it takes to clean all this up. We were busy already, and now there's more to do. But we're approaching, spring, and we usually start the middle of March in the fields, and here we are the last couple days of February, and the flooding that we've received this time has, we always have flooding every year, but this seems to be much more than what we've had in the past, and this flood will linger. The Langi backs out and it'll stay here for 3 weeks at least. So we're already here, know we're gonna be a good week behind. But I believe we'll be okay. It's something that we've learned to deal with this flooding, but it's difficult to already start with a step back.
Meanwhile, in South Arkansas, the Washita and Little Missouri rivers rose out of their banks as a result of the excessive rainfall. Cropland, including this wheat field south of Arkadelphia, was covered by backwater from the Washita River for several days.
This is the worst flooding event we've seen in 8 to 10 years. We've seen it affect row crops, the ranchers, and the timber industry. In this case, this time, the water's staying high longer than it normally does. It still falls out fairly quickly compared to some other areas, but for us, where it usually falls out within a day, now we're looking at 3, 4, sometimes even 5 days in this particular event. So it's infecting transportation routes, it's affecting herbicide burn down treatments for row crops, it's affecting feeding for the cattle ranchers. Lots of things are being affected by the waters this time.
You can see the water line run right around that edge of that hill. See where the browner is? See, this is river water still coming in right here.
One of the cattle operations affected was Roy Brits Ranch near Okolona, near the banks of the Little Missouri River. Britt has been here since 1952 and weathered many storms, including the tornado of 1997.
This is the first time that I can remember. Usually when the Little Missouri River starts falling, it'll fall within 24 hours back in the banks. It started this falling late yesterday afternoon, and we've still got, I don't have water across my roads, but I've got, you can see water running behind me. And I've just started calving season, so I'll calve all these cows in the next 60 days, so it wasn't as bad now as it would have 30 days from now, because I would have had so many more baby calves on the ground. And baby calves don't swim very well, so.
Britt was also feeding hay from just one of his 3 barns because the water made his other 2 inaccessible. So while the river water is receding, more heavy rain is forecast, which could re-aggravate an already difficult situation for many farmers and ranchers in the state.